Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me once again today, and welcome to a new game. This is Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2, the most recent entry in the Warhammer 40k strategy computer game genre, which has kind of exploded in the last few years. There were always some around, but they've gotten a lot more common lately. In fact, I've been trying to get my recording set up to do final... I've forgotten the name of it. I'm a failure. I'm completely blanking. It's an old isometric Warhammer 40k epic strategy game. Turn-based, hex square-based. Somebody help me out with the name because I'm completely blanking. It's on my desktop right now. Hold on one second. I have to go. I have to solve this. I can't allow this to stand. 1 second. Hold on. What's it called? It's called Final Liberation. That's it. Final Liberation. I knew I'd get there eventually. Okay. Never mind me. Back to the game. Anyway, this is Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. So I've been trying to get my recording setup organized to do that. It really doesn't play well with modern systems, unfortunately, so it's kind of tricky. But Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 plays fine. This is the second in the series of games by Tindalos Interactive, based off of Battlefleet Gothic, the old specialty game that Games Workshop released. And the first one, honestly, I was a little bit disappointed with. I tried playing it quite a bit. I played multiplayer. My favorite 40k species, of course, is the orcs. There were a lot of very, very serious imbalances in that game that made it very difficult to play and have fun with. Like, if you were playing an Eldar player as the orcs, you were just going to get kited forever. There was no way you could catch up. Your only actual technique that could potentially accomplish something was spamming a ton of looted Nova cannons, weirdly enough, which is an odd thing for orcs to do, and not super effective either. We're going to turn the game music down just slightly. Okay, not super effective either, but in any case, Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 I've been playing around with a little bit, and I think it's a bit of a better game, to be honest. I'm enjoying it, and I think we're gonna run through at least some of one of the campaigns here just to show it off to y'all. Now, I'm not gonna play the Imperial campaign because I think the Imperials are lame and boring. And your emperor is dead. So instead, I think we're gonna play the. Now I've played the first part of the Imperial campaign by myself. It works okay. I've played a little bit of the Tyrannid campaign, which is interestingly different. But I think we're gonna jump into something new. I think we're gonna do something I've never done before. We're going to play the Necrons. So Necron ships are slower, but they use dolmen gates to travel between sectors. Tyrannids, of course, requires a fresh approach to requiring resources, i.e. you eat planets instead of building them up. We'll play on standard difficulty, and so the special thing about the Necrons, I don't know what their ships are, I'm going into this totally blind. But they can use these dolmen gates, teleporters, to move swiftly between any system that has a dolmen gate to any other system with a dolmen gate for 1 movement point. So they can move very quickly on a strategic level. So let's hop into this and see what it's like. Like I said, I played Battlefleet Gothic Armada and Armada 2 for a little while now. I'll explain the systems as we go, as we get into battles and such, but I've never played the Necrons, so let's see what special things they have going for them.
In the deepest eons of history, before mankind had even emerged from primordial ooze, the Necrontyr dominated the galaxy. But unity receded, even as the bounds of their domain expanded. Fearing the collapse of their civilization, the leaders of the Necrontyr assailed the Old Ones, seeking to wrest from them the secret of eternal life. The galaxy blazed with the fires of war. Too late, the Necrontyr realized the impossibility of victory. Thus they embraced damnation. The Star Gods, the Catan, walked amongst them, offering prized immortality and long-sought victory. So ended the Necrontyr of old. Betrayed by the ambition of Zarek, the Silent King, they were dragged in chains to the fires of biotransference, transmuted from fragile and radiation-cursed bodies to forms more suited for the ravages of war. Stripped of flesh, of mortality, even of their souls, the Necrontyr passed from history. Only the Necrons remained. Now enslaved to the will of the Catan, The Necrons at last altered the course of the war. Cosmic battle lines buckled and at last broke beneath a tide of immortal fury. As the last of the Old Ones fell, Zarek led what remained of his people in revolt against their Catan masters. The Star Gods were overthrown, shattered into shards, and forced to serve those they had once ruled. But centuries of war had taken their toll on both the Necrons and the galaxy. To preserve what remained of their empire, the Necrons retreated to colossal stasis tombs, to sleep away millennia while their domain healed and their rivals passed into dust. Freed from the shackles of time, the passing millennia meant nothing to them. 60 million years have passed, and the ancient tombs are once more stirring to life. The Necrons, forgotten by all but the Eldari, are returning to claim what was theirs. They will abide no trespassers. With the awakening of their Therion, Kefrek the Unbroken, the Neferu dynasty arises once more. Undying legions stir in the forgotten dirt of 100 worlds. The reconquest of the galaxy has begun.
Oh, Markham, let the legions rise. Oh, Markham, unleash the power of the Neferu. Oh, Markham, our worlds are infested. Scour them clean. This is my hour.
I presume that I am a Markun? Or a Markun, as the case may be. So, we are going to, we're taking these immortal, Egyptian space skeletons, and we are space skeleton robots, I'm sorry, to be more specific, and we're going to reconquer the stars for them, and wipe away the petty younger races like humans and orcs, probably, and whoever
Time
else.
has come for the might of the Neferu to be felt once again, my servant. Our ancient domain is infested with primitives. You are to scour them from my sight.
Yes, sir, Mr. Kefrek of the weird voice.
As you command, so shall it be.
Yep, that's me. I'm Markun the Gatherer.
The Adeptus Mechanicus fleet is drawing close to the northern pole. They are close to discovering our tombs.
Are we detected?
No. Their sensors are focused on the surface.
Okay, so we're over a planet here.
Engage silent running. Let them remain blind until it is too late.
Okay, so we're going to pause up real quick so that we can look at some stuff. These are your ships down here. It wants me to engage running silent, which is a stance. Every ship has a variety of things it can do, and a variety of qualities. So you can see over here we have a hull bar and a morale bar. Most Imperial, Chaos, Orc ships, that kind of thing, also have shields, which regenerate once they're damaged. Necrons do not have shields, apparently, which is interesting. This is a Time Walker, a light cruiser. Down here it has all these various attributes. So Necron Propulsion gives me inertialess drive and burn retros. Inertialess drive lets you teleport and reorient yourself within a 9,000 unit radius. So that's this far, 9,000 units. Burn retros lets me stop, otherwise I can move forward normally. I have two weapons. I have the Nightmare Shroud. So while in the reload stance, the ship inflicts 3 morale loss per second to every enemy ship it can see within its ID range, which is this long blue circle around it. Arc Propagator. Each particle whip hit spreads to the closest enemy target within 4,500 units. Okay, so it does 50% extra damage with the Gauss Particle Whip turret. The Gauss Particle Whip, you can see here, does a certain amount of damage, has a reload time, a range, critical hit chance, chance to inflict extra critical damage or damage systems, an angle of fire. It is precise, so it always hits, ignores shields, and it reduces target armor to 50, but it only does 20 damage. I also have Lightning Arc batteries, which do more damage. I have 3 of those. They have a shorter range, and they are also precise, so I'm guaranteed to hit, which is not true of most weapons. After 60 seconds, all light critical effects are cancelled and one turret is repaired, so I can repair damage to an extent. I also repair 1 hull point per second, but reduce my maximum hull value by 1 point per second. I presume while I'm repairing, like, I imagine that doesn't happen if I'm just here. Let's engage running silent real quick. Yeah, it looks like that doesn't go down just by itself, which is good. Iron Will, so I have extra bravery, Necron portals, so I can board with the boarding action skill. The boarding action skill can be used by most ships directly to the left or directly to the right. I can use it in a big arc in front of me. I have good troop efficiency, so I'm good at boarding, and I have surgical strike, so I deal extra troop damage. I have a high chance to deal extra troop damage when I board somebody. Down here you can see armor, which reduces damage by a percentage equal to its value. Different races have different armor on different frontages. ID range, which is how close you have to be before you can identify an enemy ship, as opposed to just seeing a blip like this. Speed, which is how fast you can go, and right now I'm at rest. I can go up to 240 speed. Rotation speed, which is degrees per second. How many defense turrets I have, which will shoot at fighters that attack me, and torpedoes. Bravery, which affects morale loss. So if you lose, this is your morale bar. If it empties, your ship tries to peace out and you have to do something about it. High bravery reduces morale loss. Low bravery increases morale loss. Orcs, for example, have low bravery, which I find weird, but that's how this game is. Boarding damage, how much damage I do when I hit someone with a boarding attack. Lightning strike damage, which is a longer range boarding action. It actually says it does 3, although here it says 2. So that might be a display glitch of some kind. Critical assault chance, so what chance I have to hit a system and do extra damage, and how many troops I have. There are 3 steps. So this ship has 11 troops per step. If I lose 11 troops, I go down to a second step, which inflicts a penalty to all my actions. If I lose 11 troops again, I go down to a third step, which inflicts a bigger penalty. If I lose 11 troops at the third step, the ship is decrewed and becomes a drifting hulk, which I have to recrew somehow. I actually can't. Normally the way to do that is to board it from one of your other ships, which gives it 1 crew point back. I actually can't do that because both of these are escort ships that cannot board. This one has 4 lightning arc artilleries, and this one has, okay, so yeah, 4, 15 damage, so pretty high damage. That one has 3 lightning arc artilleries. Alright, so these are forward ships. Down here, all these buttons control your ship's behavior. This is the auto-engagement mode. This sets what direction it will try to turn itself, orienting against its target. That sets your preferred range of engagement. That sets what engagement side you prefer, if in case you, say, lose all the weapons on the port side of your ship, so you can engage starboard side. That says ceasefire, so it won't shoot at ships it goes past, otherwise they will fire at anything that comes within range. And that orders ships to keep their lock on their target, even when you tell them to move. I like that one, so we're going to activate that one. Then down here, you have a great big bar of skills. For escorts, I know this is long and slow, but we'll go through it. Stances, once you activate a stance, you stay in it. You have to go through the cooldown period before you can change. So right now, we are all in stealth. We're in running silent. You also have various stances here. Dispersed lightning arc. So the lightning arc can hit multiple enemy ships. Reactive hull shift, so hull cauterization effects are increased by 2, so you can heal faster. Running silent. And reload, which increases your reload speed and rate of fire. It also increases your combustion gauge regeneration, but as a Necron ship, I don't have combustion gauges. Escorts can scan. You have engramic regeneration, which replaces troops that you've lost. Emergency warp jump, which jumps you out. It has a delay, and if you're interrupted during that delay, you won't escape. But you can use this to take ships that are about to die and hop them out so you can hopefully save them. Cancel orders. Apply your order to all selected ships. So make all selected ships do whatever it is you just told them to do. The light cruiser here has the Doom Scythe transfer, so it can send 1 fighter squadron to attack, shoot down enemy fighters or attack defensive turrets on enemy ships. I have the lightning strike, the boarding action, Scarab Swarm, which enables me to inflict 10 damage per second and regenerate allies for 45 seconds, which is actually quite powerful. And Mass Recall teleports every ship I have within this ship's detection range. So within 9,000 units of the Time Walker. So those are very, very powerful technical skills, actually. However, they will share a cooldown. Everything that's in the same category, Assault, Technical Management, Commands, Stances, share, except Management, I think. All of these ones here, all share cooldowns. So if I activate Scarab Swarm, both of these will go on cooldown. I can't use them both at once. Okay, that's enough talking.
Vessel has engaged stealth profile. We may proceed at your order.
Alright. You can click and drag to select, right-click and drag to move. That is an asteroid field. I don't want to go in there because I'll take damage. Yeah, so my ships are not fast, but they have a lot of mobility because of the inertialess drive, the teleport ability, and the mass recall. So what I want to do is I want to kind of get in close. These ships are set to engage frontally. This one is set to engage to the side because it has the lightning arc batteries. The Time Walker has 1200 hull.
Mass is on a collision vector. If it strikes one of our vessels, the damage will be considerable.
Understood.
Okay.
As you command.
Giant asteroids. Yep, let's get out of the range of that. Once it hits the outside radius there, it will activate and do damage. That's effectively a bomb.
Moving.
Yep, there's that giant asteroid.
We are under attack. Acknowledged. Assistance reconfirmed.
Okay, so
Reinforcements dispatched.
we're gonna pause.
Arrival imminent.
They've teleported the bomb here. My ship has been identified. I am actually going to inertialess drive right over there. Did that work? Ah, it has a cooldown before it activates. Okay, I lost a troop to a lightning strike. So, what do we got? We're fighting a destroyer, a light cruiser, another destroyer. These two ships target that destroyer, move up this way. This ship, good old Mr. Time Walker, I actually want to kind of blitz into the middle of these guys and hit them all with the Scarab Swarm. Fuck off, giant asteroids. Okay. So we're targeting that guy. Alright, Scarab Swarm. So they're all taking actually a lot of damage. For reference, that does, it's 10 damage per second, ignoring armor for 45 seconds, 450 damage. That will almost kill escorts. Like, it will get them down well below half health. As for you, sir, you should also probably activate... you don't need to be in silent running, so you can activate Dispersed Lightning Arc, and you two can also activate Dispersed Lightning Arc. If they're close to each other, the Dispersed Lightning Arc will inflict a whole bunch of extra damage. And you can see I am regenerating my hull. Let's deploy some fighters, and I can't board you right now. Okay, so wow, the lag. The lag is real. That's unusual. That hasn't happened as I've been playing this game so far. Okay, so we've got both escorts destroyed. Excellent. Do we have that destroyed? Yes, it's destroyed. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to swing around so that we can get a boarding action on this guy. Boarding action. I did some damage to him there. We don't need to disperse the lightning arcs anymore, but we might as well. I mean, we can't change it at the moment. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. That was in the back. Fuck. Fuck. Move. Move, 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 move. Excellent. And now we just shoot this guy until he dies. Oh, we've destroyed his engine. Fantastic. That sure is a lot of giant asteroids coming in on us, isn't it? Nope. Attack him. Attack him. You can actually just stop and keep shooting him from the rear. Most ships have no weapons to the rear. So, we can just get behind him. Fuck. I teleported at exactly the wrong time. You actually need to go straight to get out of here. You need to go down that way. You can go over this way. Y'all need to run away. You need to run. Alright, get out. There you go. Oh, that was his stasis bomb. Okay. Let's go to reload stance for everybody. Make my fire happen more and be more effective. There we go. And let's, we don't need a doom size transfer. I could, however, use another boarding action, I think. Let's board him, do some damage. Drop the Scarab Swarm to repair everybody and do more damage. And he's on fire, which is a bad scene for him. Please do not go into the giant asteroid zone. Deck damaged. Those asteroids in the background are fairly distracting, to be honest. Not a big fan of that.
Yes, my
That Scarab Swarm really doing damage, though. Also, fun fact. If you're on burn retros and you give a movement order, the ships won't do it, which I find very annoying. You have to remember to take them off burn retros before they'll move. Alright, there we go. We did it. Intro mission done. Oh no, there's another one. I didn't realize. Oh fuck, he's got torpedoes. Don't shoot torpedoes at me, that's super rude.
on the march.
Ah, there's a whole nother gang coming in. Alright. Well, let's go back into dispersed lightning arc mode, I guess. As soon as we can. Yep, dispersed lightning arc. Get that guy. Override. Please do not run away. Activate your engrammatic regeneration. You can scan. You all blast them insofar as you can. I don't need mass recall. I could use a Scarab Swarm right now, though. Yeah, just ram him. Very slow ramming speed. Boarding action. Nope, not on them. Board one of the big ships. Or bigger ships. They're all escorts. Are you regenerating? Okay, that destroyer's gone. We're gonna move right through behind them. And fire, and we're gonna Scarab Swarm and Mass Recall. Excellent. So now, we're healing. They're dying. We should be healing. Reactive hull. Full cauterization. Should be repairing your hull, but is not. I think I've hit my max. I think I must have hit my max. For the escorts. Okay, fair enough. Yep, do that. Smash him. Bada boom, bada bing. Excellent, he's exploded. You will explode from the Scarab Swarm in just a moment. As will you. And now all we got to do is deal with these guys. Let's head back into... Oh, no, I didn't need to do that. Reload. Alright, swing around. There you go. Now you're behind him. And this should wrap up pretty quick. Just blast him till he runs away. Yep, mutiny. Zim zam zoom, bim bam boom. My ships will continually reorient in order to keep on him. And there we go. No casualties, good intro mission. Good start off. That one moment of very strong lag was weird, but eh. I am processing a video on my computer at the same time, so might be related to that. I will say though, this game, one problem I have with this game, it's not very well optimized. It does tend to hitch or slow down, and loading screens in between are long, pretty long. What I really should do is get my get off my lazy butt and get my SSD installed, which might help.
The servants of the false machine, great one. Excellent. You were ever the swiftest arrow in my quiver. You will have ample chance to prove it. The formless horror quickens, stirring its mortal servants to conquest. And
Chaos.
The servants of the false machine will surely return once their comrade's fate is known.
Cult Mechanicus.
All shall fall before your splendor, as is only proper, so that you may prepare for the coming challenges. I will order new vassals awaken to serve beneath your yoke. You honor me, great one, as I anticipate.
Okay, yeah, chaos. Yep, fight him. Okay, great. Sorry, I didn't mean to... I just got frustrated with those voices. To be honest, the Necron voice acting is not impressing me so far. Okay, so we have to conquer 3 systems in the Sentinel worlds. Setvan, Hydroquardatus, and Void Worlds. Asteroid Whirlwind. Okay, that's fine. This is the strategic layer. So we have star systems that we can conquer. It looks like we actually already have one. Do we already own this? Yeah, we already own that. Plundered Tomb. Unfinished pylons, dynastic treasures. Reduces resource generation. Oh, you have to upgrade it in order to keep it from reducing your resource generation. Okay, so in every system you have a certain number of points of interest. In this case, that's Mushanarak. Mushanarak is a dormant anchorage, so it generates resources per turn, and it increases troop regeneration. We can upgrade them by spending resources, which are these coin things up here. You have to own a place for a certain number of turns before you can upgrade it. Generally 2 in order to go to level 2, and then 4 more to go to level 3. You can also build in the system itself. You can build minefields, defense platforms, and then in certain places that have a strategic location, you can also build space stations. Minefields delay enemy attacks, defense platforms deploy in combat, and so do space stations. So we need to take Setvan, which is an ancient vantage, which gives us a little bit of resources, and has 200 resources when we capture it. We have to take Hydrocordatus, which is over here, and has Agent of Chaos. Has a core world, dynastic treasure, and imperial resistance. And we have to take the Void Worlds, which are a plundered tomb, and has, a forgotten library, Aeonic armor. Okay, so you have to upgrade this to level 3 to unlock an upgrade. Dolmen gates are all linked together, and you can move from any system with a dolmen gate to any other. I don't see how I can build dolmen gates. Do I have a dolmen gate here? I don't think so. So I start off with 2 fleets. I have a Shroud, 2 Jackals there, and then I have a Time Walker, a Jackal, and a Dirge. Let's look at a Shroud to see how it differs from that the ship we were using last time. So a Shroud has... I want to look at this ship specifically. 5. It's entirely forward-facing. Does a ton of damage, but a relatively slow reload speed. And it has 270-degree arc of fire to the front. Okay, yeah, those are those little things on top of the ship there. Reactive hull, Necron propulsion, iron will, Necron portals. Yep, okay, so that's the same thing. Surgical strike, Shroud hull, stealth at the start of the battle. And sensors. Okay, so this is an ambush ship, primarily. Engramic regeneration, doom sides, and it has doom sides, so it has a launch bay. So it seems like most Necron ships can deploy 1 fighter squadron at a time. Interesting. And they do a small amount of hull damage, ignoring shields and armor. Dispersed lightning arc. Okay, same things. Gotcha. And for skills, he has Lightning Link. Enemy ships caught in lightning suffer 60 damage per second. So that's pretty impressive. Pyramidal Reconstruction instantly cancels all critical effects on ally Necron ships within 9,000 units. You have the Nightmare Shroud, as usual, and the Phase Shifter. Oh, okay, so his ships ignore asteroids, mines, and spores. Interesting. Alright. We also, of course, have Nephara, which is a core world with has a dolmen gate and a strategic position. So we want to take Nephara as well. They only have a small fleet here, 185 and 183, so what I'm thinking I'll do, actually, is I'm thinking I'll split my fleets and take both of these planets right now. Because that will get me a core world there and an ancient vantage there, so 20 more resources per turn. It will get me a dolmen gate, and it will get me kind of this central position. Now, I might get counterattacked, but I should be able to move quickly enough to counter attacks. Kawat Rift is actually my most valuable planet because upgrading it will generate a ton of resources, and it has a buried shipyard, so I can build more ships here. I like the lore. I enjoy the lore things that come with that. But yeah, we're gonna split our forces actually. So we're gonna send that fleet up there to attack Setvan. We're gonna send that fleet to attack Nephara, and we should have the advantage in both of these battles. So let's run these battles real quick. I know we've been going for about half an hour already. A lot of it has been kind of setup stuff. You can see up here all kinds of stats about the fleet, which we'll get to. Fleets have a limit of fleet value that you can have in one fleet, and you have a limit of how many ships you can deploy in any one battle, which goes up as you level up. So if we go in here, you can see our leadership is 600, so we can only ever deploy 600 points at a time. We have 307 points involved in this battle. The enemy has 183 out of a max of 200, and we can't see what they have. Also, never auto-battle. The auto-battle hates you.
10,000 years have passed since the galaxy burned in the fires of the Horus heresy. 10 millennia since the greatest of the Emperor's Primarchs fell into the grasp of eternal damnation.
This seems fairly irrelevant to the Necrons.
Horus Lupercal may be dead, his body ashes, and his memory the stuff of a cursed legend. But the wounds he wrought yet gape in the hide of an embattled Imperium. For the battle against chaos knows no end. Many of Horus' servants survived the civil wars, and they have not forgotten their defeat. When the War Master fell, they retreated to the Eye of Terror and waged battle anew. Greatest of these was Abaddon the Despoiler, Horus' greatest living heir. Abaddon took the title of War Master for his own, and embarked upon a long and bloody campaign to succeed where his fallen master had failed. 12 Black Crusades he launched against the Imperium of Man. 12 world-shattering campaigns to forever alter the balance of power.
Okay,
Now,
but
as the millennium draws to a close, a vast armada of traitors slips its moorings as Abaddon launches his 13th and perhaps final strike. As the tide of chaos breaks against the Cadian Gate, the Imperium holds its breath. Faith alone cannot hold back these bleak waters. Only valor will serve.
okay, so that was the Chaos intro cinematic from the Imperium campaign. I don't know that it necessarily applies to the Necron campaign, because the Necrons don't really care about Chaos insofar... I mean, okay, let me take that back. The Necrons care about Chaos. They don't care about the Imperium. To them, Chaos is still like the... I mean, they've been fighting Chaos and trying to hold back Chaos for a very, very, very long time. And the Imperium is sort of a newbie compared to the Necrons. So, you know, Abaddon the Despoiler, the Chaos Primarchs, all that stuff, less relevant to them, I would say. But alright, let's go in here. There should only be... This should be like... It could potentially be up to 4 escorts, or more likely it's like a light cruiser and 1 escort. This is a capture points mode battle, so we need to capture these points and hold them. They generate strategic points. In any case, they generate the points that we need to win. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy my capital ship, my flagship, away from the others. These two can be right here, because the flagship can teleport them to help it anytime they want. So we're going to move up there, and up there. I don't want to use the inertialist drive because it will reveal my ships, and I want to put these guys on running silent so that they will be hidden, because I don't think they have the phase hull thing. They do not. In fact, I don't think any of my ships in this battle have the phase hull. Nope, they do not. So, the enemy has... I can see one ship, but Chaos tends to put their escorts on running silent, and yeah, they're capturing this, so they have at least one running silent escort. Asteroid fields, if you move into them, will cause damage. Gas clouds will hide your ships. There's lots and lots of asteroids over here. And I'm thinking this might end up being a set of one-on-one duels. But probably what I'll do is we'll move up, we'll engage on 2 sides, and then I will teleport these ships over to help my main cruiser. Let's go that. Yeah, let's go over there. And we'll be getting this this strategic point in just a moment as well. The Scarab Swarm is hugely potent in cockfights, though. In close range battles, that Scarab Swarm is impressive.
You have seized a strategic area.
Alright.
The enemy has seized a strategic
Actually, we
area.
don't need to gather up. What am I doing? I'm just gonna head up this way. Okay, so yeah, they've got another ship over there. I don't think they can have 2 light cruisers. I don't remember exactly how much Chaos light cruisers cost, but I don't think they can have 2 with like 180 or 170 points. But I think I'm going to win the race to the strategic point, which means they're going to come to me. Okay, good. Yeah, I think this is going to work out fine. I'm actually going to, while we're thinking about it, I'm going to turn the music down. I'm not sure. I have the music down pretty low already. I'm going to turn it down even further, just because I'm not sure how YouTube will react to that music if it just hears it. Probably this video, I mean, I don't monetize my videos anyway. This video might, I suppose, have ads on it because I've been playing all those cutscenes. We'll just kind of have to see. So let's get in here and claim this point real quick. Alright, I've been marked. So we've got shots incoming. There we go. And scan. Excellent. And we're going to go into reload stance since we've been seen. And I need to reset lock on target. Great, I think this escort's going to die really quick. Ooh, he's already got a fire aboard. Let's board him. Just to try and cause another, try and cause a little bit more damage. Yeah, that escort's going down in a big ol' hurry. Yep, come on, get him. Get him. There you go. And he's mutinying. And he's exploded. And there we go. Let's teleport. Boom, boom, boom. All right behind him so he can't shoot at us immediately. And Scarab Swarm. Great. Yeah, even a cruiser only has 1,200 hit hull points, so if I can keep him within the range of the Scarab Swarm, he will take a lot of damage, like 1/3 of his total damage. And we just blew up his generator. Another thing to talk about and consider during battles, you can set target priority of different enemy ships by selecting them and clicking these buttons, and you can also target where you're going to focus your fire. So I'm going to focus my fire on his weapons in an effort to kill his guns so he can't hurt us as badly. He's already lost his generator, which means his shield is down permanently. He's not going to get it back. Which is pretty fantastic. And you're all in reload stance, right? Yep, good. However, of course, I am also taking a lot of damage.
Yes, my liege.
These guys can just sit here. There's no point in them moving.
You have accumulated 25%.
And I don't think the reactive hull shift is necessary at the moment. We're just gonna do this thing. Just keep pummeling him. Wow, we're losing some troops. I think he's boarding us. Well, let's board him. He's down to 1 troop before he starts taking a penalty. Haven't managed to damage any of his weapons, though. Which is too bad, really. I would think with the amount of damage we've been doing to him, I think we would. You go take that. There you go. Okay, now we've damaged a weapon. So he's lost one of his double barrel heavy battery lances. Those lances have very, very long range, and that's kind of the specialty of Chaos. Oh, he does not like me going to take his strategic point. He did not like that. Okay, that space structure is blocking my line of fire. So let's get over here. Get over this way. And do a little bit of damage. Hit him with a Doom Scythe. Yeah, he's firing lances at my... No, go... Alright, stop attacking. Go over there and capture that point. And go into reactive hull shift. Yeah, he really, really hates that escort for attacking his point here. He is taking a penalty from being low on troops, though. We're going to hit him with another boarding action. And let's stop here. He can ram us if he wants. He's going to die. Scarab Swarm. Oh, my deck was damaged, so my stances and commands have been disabled. But my reactive hull would have repaired that in fairly short order anyway. So, that is another victory for the Necron dynasties. Early battles tend to be pretty easy. The enemy doesn't deploy a whole lot of troops. Later on, they start getting a little bit nastier just because the AI does have better micro than you do. That said, the AI in this game is not super smart. So you can still kind of pull them apart and cut them up piecemeal. Okay, so we earned a little bit of renown. None of our ships leveled up. Ships can level up and become better at stuff. But they didn't just yet. And we have conquered Setvan. So Setvan is now generating a few resources for us and gave us 200 resources right from the start. So Stevantium... yeah. Good. Excellent. Also, can I have some resources. Could I build another ship? Do I have any points to do that? Your shipyards generate points that build up over time. You need a certain number of points to build ships of a certain size, and different levels, different size of ship will unlock as you progress through the campaign. Necrons have very few ships. For escorts, you only have Dirges and Jackals, both of which we've seen. For light cruisers, you have the Cartouches, which have Gauss Particle Whip, Lightning Arc Battery. You have the Shrouds, which have the 5 Lightning Arc turrets, and then you have the Kopeshes, which are Cartouches, but with 1 extra gun and 400 more hull points, so there's no real reason to use Cartouches when you can use Kopeshes. For cruiser size, all you have is the Scythe Harvester, which has 4 and 2, so in terms of weaponry, just a little bit better than the Kopesh, and more hull points. For battle cruisers, you have the Scythe Reaper, which is a somewhat leveled up version. Lightning Arc turrets versus Lightning Arc battery weapons. So those have the 270 angle attack. And more hull points, more defense turrets, otherwise the same. And then for battleship size, the biggest of the big, you have the Cairn battleships, which have Ancestral Terror. Creates a cone of darkness. Ally ships gain morale, enemies lose morale. So you can use that strategically to break enemy units. You also have the Star Pulse Wave that inflicts damage on enemy ships and destroys squadrons and torpedoes. And the Scythe Reaper and the Scythe Harvester both have that as well. Okay, interesting. They don't, however, have Running Silent. They're too big. They can't hide that way. Okay, so yeah, the Star Pulse Wave will be super, super useful later on. And all of these ships can deploy Doom Scythes, although, once again, only one. They only get 1 each. Okay, so I don't have any points at the moment. Kawat Rift is my only shipyard, and they haven't built up any points. So let's take Nephara, the glory of endless light, and get a few more resources. And then I think that will be the end of this video for now. You gotta love the backgrounds in this game, too. Like, they've got all this stuff just floating there in the background, some of it ludicrously huge. I mean, for reference, you should keep in mind, Imperial and Chaos ships in Battlefleet Gothic are several kilometers long. So you look at these ships, which are of a scale to that, and then you look back here at this planet and these space stations, and you're like, I feel like somebody maybe didn't do their research about the scale of things? I don't know. I mean, like, Ramili's star forts are very, very large compared to ships, but even so. We're going to run silent with everybody. And once again, we're going to have our escorts and our main ship separated because we can... Oh no, this ship can't teleport back, but it does have the lightning link. Okay, so we do want to fight as a group here. And the Shroud Cruiser actually, I think, does not need to be in... It's stealthed at the start of the battle. So he actually doesn't need to be in running silent mode. He can just be in dispersed lightning arc right from the start. Okay, and he's engaging frontally. Set him at long range, lock on target. You both lock on target, and you also engage frontally because you have the lightning arc projectors. Great. So we're going to actually try to engage with the cruiser first, and then teleport these guys to join it. But for now, let's all hide in this cloud. Shrouds are kind of cool. Kind of nifty. And the lightning link, especially if you were passing through a big clot of escorts or something, the lightning link could be super, super handy.
How may I serve? Yes, my liege.
Alright, let's push up this way. His escorts are stealthed.
Inevitable.
We're going to get these guys kind of behind. We'll have the Throne World's Light up ahead. We've got the Eternal Storm and the Ruthless Rain. What names? What names these are? I wouldn't have thought that the Necrons would go in for that kind of naming scheme, to be fully honest, but hey. Whatever floats your metallic robot boat.
On the march.
Alright, here we go. Yep, okay, so we've seen another blip.
I am the dearest spear.
Scan up. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a light cruiser, Hellbringer, and we've got an Idolater Raider. So we've got a missile turret, light lance artillery. We're going to set this priority 1. Focus fire on... Why can't I focus fire on him? Alright, we're going to set this guy as priority 2. We're going to focus fire on his weapons in order to try and bring him down. We're going to set these guys to auto-engage, and this gentleman can just engage like that.
Ready to serve.
And you two can fire there. You can actually stop real quick.
Anchors.
And you can...
All power to mold units.
And assault.
Counterattack swarms have breached the enemy vessel.
There we go. Counterattack swarms.
There will
Very
be
nice.
no escape.
We don't actually need to move a whole lot, to be honest.
Velocity.
Let's go into reload stance. You're already in dispersed lightning arc. Go into reload stance, because they're not close to each other. So just sit here blasting for a second. And they are on fire. Fantastic. I love it. We're literally just going to sit here blasting him, because there's no need to do anything else. We overpower this fleet significantly. And, yep, he's got a mutinous crew. They're on fire. Oh, they stopped the mutiny. One more volley, and they'll be dead. Great. Fantastic. And let's get a scan real quick. Target him. I don't need any reconstruction right now. Those lightning blasts take down shields in a big hurry. Like, really in a big hurry. Inertialist drive right back there. Be behind him. Inertialist drive right back there. Your deck is damaged. Should cancel pretty quick because of that reactive hull after 60 seconds. And we are targeting his weapons, right? Oh god, he's destroyed a weapon. You suck. Go away. I hate you. Pyramidal reconstruction, please. Thank you. Cancel all those criticals. I don't want them. Let's get a boarding action off.
Internal damage registered.
Okay, great.
Inevitable.
And now, let's actually try and catch him in a lightning link. Actually, you go that way. You go this way. You go down there. Close it in. Let's lightning link like that, and both ships move past him to try and catch him in the beam. This escort is faster than he is, so... Okay, stop. Just hold him in the beam. Hold him in the beam. Alright, there we go. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. That did some damage, for sure. And yeah, he's going down quick. Going down in a big hurry. I need you to be rotated towards him to fire, however. Okay. Turn off lock on target. Just shoot him. I wish there was an option for cancel my... a direct option for cancel my move orders when I give an attack order. Yeah, go back into lock-on mode. And he's on fire. Fantastic. We're just chasing this guy around. Having a good old time. Really enjoying ourselves. Blasting these guys with lightning. Who wouldn't enjoy blasting guys with lightning, you know? That's what I want to know. And he's gone. Boom. Fantastic. The Necrons, folks. Eternal rulers of the galaxy, except, of course, for the orcs, who are better. There's really no competition. Look at how purty he is. Okay, so 5 minutes exactly, gained some more renown, wiped out a fleet. Little piece of the Black Fleet there. And we have conquered Nephera, the glory of endless light. In a couple of turns, we'll be able to upgrade stuff, and it's unusual, actually, that almost every Necron world generates resources. For the Imperium, most worlds don't generate resources. Most worlds give some other kind of bonus. And for the Tyranids, of course, you generate resources by eating worlds entirely, and don't necessarily get them over turns. But in 2 turns, I'll be able to do a whole bunch of upgrades. We'll be able to upgrade that Dormant Anchorage, we'll be able to upgrade this Crown World, and we'll be able to upgrade this Core World. I think we'll be able to hit all 3 of them. That will instantaneously push our resource generation up by 30, 20, so 50, 60, by 80, which will put us well positive, and we'll be able to start doing some cool stuff at that point. We could also upgrade this Ancient Vantage, but I don't really need to at the moment. So, that's episode 1. Let me know how you like this. I am going to be continuing with this campaign. I'll probably be continuing with the videos for quite some time, actually. There's Imperial Resistance there, Agent of Chaos, and then that is a core world with a dynastic treasure. Okay, fair enough. So, thanks for watching. I really like Warhammer 40k. I don't like the Tyranids are not necessarily my favorite faction, but it's interesting to play as them because I've never done it before. So, gonna try it out, see how it goes. So far, the Tyranids, tactically speaking, obviously I haven't gotten very deep into it yet. It's interesting that they're fighters, that they only have one type of fighter, the Doom Scythe. The Doom Scythe, so they don't have a bomber equivalent, and they don't have an assault boat equivalent. They're just interceptors, essentially. They cause very minimal hull damage. They mainly, if you're attacking a ship with them, it's mainly to destroy turrets, I guess, although they don't seem to have torpedoes either, so I don't know why you would really care about enemy defense turrets. They definitely have a big focus on hard burst damage. They have a lot of abilities that do damage. They have abilities that let them hop in directly behind enemy ships so they can't easily be shot. And they have this dispersed lightning arc, which enables them to hit all enemy ships. So in a mass fight, I can imagine fighting a Necron fleet being a huge problem because they come in all at once, they teleport behind you, and they hit you with the dispersed lightning arc stance. And in the dispersed lightning arc stance, all of your ships take, like the total damage that you take if you have 4 or 5 ships near each other is huge. Just really, really absurd if this works the way it says that it works. Because you'll end up taking, like, the main ship that you're shooting at with, say, this guy, will be taking 60 damage per volley. And then also, instead of that being it, which is how it normally should be, also every other ship within 9,000 units is going to be taking 30 damage. So 60 to the main, plus 30 to all the secondaries. If there's 3 or 4 secondaries, everybody's targeting one ship. That one ship is taking the burst damage, and also everybody else is being ground down pretty quickly. Could be very potent. So in any case, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next episode, the Glory to the Dynasty, and we will we'll wipe these pathetic young races out of our space and claim it back for the Necrons. So, see you next time.